Hi beautiful shining stars. So I'm going to do this quick little video because I want to invite you all to my Patreon. So I've been wanting for years to create an exclusive community for us to kind of manifest and interact and just really be in our kind of like mojo type energy. And Patreon, I've been loving it for a while. I've been with Patreon for years, and now Patreon has free memberships. So this is a great way for you guys to support me and my work, but also for you guys to test it out. I have a lot of free material, free manifesting principles, videos, rituals, a lot of ways for you to manifest and co-create without having to put a penny forward. So in my Patreon, I'm going to be more exclusive. I'm going to have videos because now we're allowed to just upload straight to Patreon. And I'm going to, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a beautiful ritual today because today is the new moon. So I'm going to be talking about the new moon. I'm going to be talking about the new moon here with you, but I'm going to exclusively do a beautiful ritual of the new moon on my Patreon. So if you want to be part of that, all you have to do is go on over to Patreon, sign up for free. There's plenty of tiers for you to take advantage. I would just look at all the different tiers, see which one calls your attention, and let's get ready to start this magic. So I am going to share with you guys that I'm doing a lot of fun things. And you know that I come often on YouTube because I want to share with you videos that are going to impact you and help you co-create and manifest. I don't want to just create videos to create videos because the algorithm, right? So, and I always tell you that. I think I repeat this a couple of times in the past weeks. So some of the things that I am working on is, of course, we're doing a lot of planning, and planning is so powerful. It is so powerful. So we, on this month of August, I have a beautiful class on Patreon that I'm doing. It's a brand new tier. The class is already up. So if you sign up for the class, you already have plenty to engage with and work and manifest. The reason it's so important to start your planning and manifesting now is because in the energy of August is the energy of reaping, right? You've worked really hard all summer because you're getting ready for the winter months. And the winter months is more about us kind of being going within, like, back in the days when, we didn't have all of this technology and stuff that we have now, that now we have, heaters and stuff in the car, we have transportation. Back then, you had to, harvest, put all your food away, and, make sure that you had enough to prolong through the winter months. So the winter is always about kind of revamping and just kind of relaxing and adding those extra clothes. It's almost like a rejuvenation type energy, a rebirth type energy. So this is why the winter months are exciting and they're supposed to be more peaceful, but also why a lot of people become sad or depressed or overwhelmed because they're not manifesting certain things. So I feel like major manifesting pivotal point energy is August, September, October. So think about back to school energy, when you're going shopping for your new outfits and your school supplies. So even if you don't go to school, you don't have children to back to school shop, it's always a lot of fun to go out there just for your planners, just to get those supplies that you may need for the winter months, which is such a what is it, like a 5, because you have end of November. So you have November, December, January, February. So you have almost 5 months, because even in March, there's a lot of, winter energy because we don't know, because spring is not till, April, May, right? So you have all of these months to really plan, to really that's a great time to, like, if you're writing books, or if you're starting a business, or if you're creating crafts, or if, just a lot of different things for you to kind of like, enjoy, right? And kind of be in gratitude. But as a human with so much things going on, I feel like in the winter months we kind of go crazy, especially with Christmas shopping and all that stuff. For me, I changed that around a long time ago. I my mom used to be really stressful on Christmas because you gotta buy presents for this person and that person, and oh my god, we don't have enough money to buy presents for the kids, and so it's like very stressful. And even for me, when my kids were like small, it's like I remember one time I didn't even pay my rent just because I had to buy Christmas stuff for the kids. It was crazy. But then as I got older, I noticed that Christmas is a time of giving, but giving from the heart. That you don't have to go and buy a, $100, $1,000 gift. It could be like simple stuff that you create. And I feel like those are the best gifts. So that's why I love to do crafts and stuff. And I feel like worldwide we are becoming a whole new community of crafters, of creators. You're seeing, I feel like COVID had a huge impact on this. And like just today, I went to a farm stand. I didn't have a farm stand next to me because I live in a very touristy area. And even though there's a lot of farms, they're like, bougie farms, not really And when I saw this like a couple weeks ago, I kept saying, I'm gonna stop, and I hadn't stopped. So I stopped today, and it's the cutest thing ever. I might do some TikToks on it. So I loved it because it was really nice to get off and go inside this cute little, like a shed, and then they had like a fridge with the eggs, and they have jams and honeys and candies, just really, really cute stuff. So you're like supporting, and this is what this is, like you supporting me for doing my work, and then me supporting others, and it's like this big beautiful community that we have created, and we're just like, I see it as, instead of going to the supermarket who has like millions of dollars and probably gets their eggs from caged animals, I'm getting it from the farm where the chickens have a chicken coop and a hen house, and they're just running around free and happy and laying eggs, and I'm just able to enjoy that and also give. So I feel, as we get into, and this is before I do my 2025 predictions, as I'm doing this, I'm feeling that 2025 is a year of gratitude. So 23 was the changes, 24 was the year of the self, and 2025 is a year of gratitude. So it's all going to be like the world's going to be divided into the people that are staying in gratitude because they're like, oh, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful that where I am, there's no war. I'm so grateful that I'm with my loving family or friends or partners, that my job, my home, whatever it is. It's a year of embracing, oh my God, thyself. I did, so many changes happened in 2024. Some of them blew up in my face. There was a lot of chaos, a lot of grief, a lot of anxiety. 2024, there's just so much going on because all these changes are happening, and just you're being pushed in waves, because what happens is, we as a human, we work with the past. And a lot of us, because I hear it all the time, I've been getting a lot of messages, oh my God, Daisy, this has happened to me the last 6 months to a year, and I'm going through it. And I always have to remind them, this is a year of the self. We talked about this last year, that all these changes were coming. And as humans, we do not embrace the changes. We freak out. And instead of saying, okay, well, why did this change come? What is it that I have to do? Because that's what I do, getting a reading to find out what it is that you have to do. What is spirit telling you? And then paying attention to what is being shared with you. Because I feel like as humans, we tend to be very like thick-headed, and we do not allow what is being shown to us. We're like, well, I can't make these changes because this person is not allowing me. You don't understand, Daisy. I have this hope. Believe me, I understand. I'm the sole provider in my fucking house. I take care of everyone. So there's nothing you can tell me that is not like, I fucking understand. But even with that, I have taken aback. I completely created like a barrier between me and others, because I have to put on my face mask, my oxygen mask first. I can't be a mentor for my clients if I'm at their level. I can't. So I have to be, my divine self, my loving self-love, enjoy my life, do the things that make me happy, that ultimately bring me joy, and not feel guilty about it, because that was like my hardest thing. And, this is why I say that I'm just like you. I totally understand, and then even now, like I have someone this beautiful soul at work who's really trying, we were talking yesterday, and she's like, Daisy, I just want to be able to go shopping or plan a birthday party for my kid, or say I'm taking a couple days off to spend time with my baby. And I'm like, and you could do this, like you could definitely have this. And she's like, I'm sorry, because she keeps asking me questions, and how do I do this and how do I do that. And I, as a teacher that I am, loving to teach others how to expand and do the things that they have to do in order to co-create. This is why my language of money class is so empowering. Love that class. Still adding to it before I do the relaunch with probably the Kickstarter that's coming. So by loving thyself, and when you hear that, we're like, well, why do I love myself if I have all this chaos, if I have it too. And I go watch past videos of me sobbing and crying and sharing with you the chaos in my life. But by loving the self, how do I love myself? I make sure that every week I do something fun. Like right now, I'm having fun with my grandbabies, making sure that I take time off of work to be with them. And I do multiple, because I have a side gig, and then I have, my spiritual gigs and my clients. So I do a lot of work, right? But also taking, a week off, 2 weeks off, to be able to like spend time with my grandbabies, go to the resorts, go like today, even though it's a hurricane right now, we still went to the market. And even though there was no farmers market because of the hurricane, because I didn't think about it, we still enjoyed, bakery items and coffee and walking around in the rain. And I got to take them to Five and Below, so they enjoyed that. And then that's when we saw the farm stand. So it was really, really nice to being able to do all of these things and creating those memories, because I make sure we take pictures and just, having a lot of fun, and that is like self. That is me putting myself first and saying, I'm going to do this because, yeah, I have so many responsibilities, and yeah, I have to pay certain bills, and those are always going to be there. But right now, this is what's important, because I've noticed by seeing everyone in different stages of their lives, I noticed that the older ones that had more loving, that took more care of themselves, that did more fun stuff, I've noticed that they have a better mindset. Their minds are still very, memories are okay. They're able to still, do things. And then I noticed, like, for instance, like I say, and I always read it a million times, my mother-in-law, like she's completely gone in such a nasty state. And even my husband, who's another stressaholic, like he stresses over stuff over and over and over for things that just do not matter. And it's just like, no matter how much you tell them, and this is why I'm here sharing this with you. I love my family, I love my partner, but it's like, when is enough? I have to take care of me. I have to focus on me. I got to do the things that I want to do, because I can't change you. I could guide you. I could try to lead by example, inspire, but if you want to keep stressing over things that don't matter, then that's on you. So I feel like, and this is why 2024 is the year of the self, is because you have been pushed from 2021 to 2023 to make drastic changes, because things were not pairing up, things were not coming together. And some of you are still holding on to those relationships and jobs and circumstances that are not changing. And then you're wondering why you're in misery. You're wondering why you can't have this or that. Or you're afraid, well, if I leave my partner, I'm not going to be able to accomplish this, or I have to start over, or I'm too old, or I'm too young. All these excuses that we kind of as humans make, because we don't see what could come. We don't see that your partner is a big old ass, and you're thinking that there's nothing better. There's a saying in Spanish, mejor un mal conocido de uno por conocer, which is, it's better knowing someone that's not so good than meeting someone that you don't know. Which is like, what kind of saying is that? Like, you'd rather stay with someone that's an ass before you give yourself the love thyself enough to say, I deserve better. I deserve someone that's kind of in balance with me. Like, when I see some of these people that do have partners that fully support them, like Willow Winters, that was a mom, super smart with like a master's degree and whatever the fuck, and she got married, and she had a whole different idea of concept of what she wanted. She didn't want to go into arrow what demand, and I'm exaggerating. I don't exactly know. I just know that she's super smart, but she didn't want to go into science. She wanted to have her family and her babies and be with her husband and write fucking romance. And her husband's like, just do it. I'm gonna support us. Don't worry about it. And that's what he did. And she's now a multimillionaire, writing her books, best-selling books after the other. She's traveled across the world in book signings, just like, because she allowed herself, she loved herself enough to say, oh my God, I deserve this. And then she also had the partner that said, you could do this. And it's really, really nice when you have that. But when you're like, and I'm sharing you this from a very personal viewpoint, because my spouse doesn't support me. He says he does, and sometimes he does, but it's not really the support, because if I'm the sole proprietor, if I'm taking care of everything and doing everything, and I'm getting just like a little trinkle from you, that's not support, especially I'm trying to do so much. So it's like, well, when you decide, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, because this is what I want and this is my goal, and I'm just not gonna let anyone. And that's where I've been on that path in 2021. Of course, now he's super sick, and he's going through stuff, and I connected with spirit. And so I've had the readings. I know what's coming up. I know what's being shown, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very rough and tough, but I've kind of embraced the changes. And how do I love myself? By, like I said, spending time with my children and my grandchildren, but also by being assertive enough to say, okay, you've smooched enough off of me, now take care of your shit. Let me do this, because again, if you don't put on your oxygen mask first, you can't help anyone else. And I feel like that's what happens with a lot of us that are nurturers and loving and giving, that we have all these people around us that are constantly needing and wanting, and we're giving, giving, giving. And I was like this in every aspect, between my family, even people that I come across, and especially, clients and whatnot. I was always just kind of like pulling myself and learning through this year of self, saying, okay, wait a minute, no, okay, time to go hermit. And yeah, people are going to get mad and upset and tell you stuff, but it's okay, because in the year of thyself, you will lose a lot of friends, lose a lot of followers, and it's okay. Something that I notice is that I have a bigger following now, that I'm more go with the flow, then I'm not like super focused on, I have to do this, I have to take care of that, I have to message this one. I've noticed that I've grown more. Like even now, I think I'm at 1,500 subscribers, which is really cool, and I haven't even been putting a lot of content out. So I feel like when we come into a space of just relaxing, of doing what we love, and embracing who we are, and then kind of like going with the flow with stuff, because when we're like, oh my God, I need to do this because I need to make money, we kind of choke it, and we don't allow it to flow. It's almost like overwatering a flower or a plant, and just like it's like too much, right? So when you just water it a little bit and just allow the sun to nurture it, and allow the dirt to give it the nutrients that it needs, so then this beautiful abundance energy comes in and takes care of the planet. It's just beautiful. And you'll come at it a couple days, weeks later, and be like, oh my gosh, you grew so much. So I feel like this same example happens with anything that we're trying to work in our lives, when we just simply allow, when we over focus from school, overdoing it because you want to pass certain classes, or you want to finish at a certain time. When we just kind of overdo it, you stress yourself out, and then you can't seem to pass the test, or you can't seem to finish, because it just becomes so overwhelming. Jobs are the same way. So anything that they're trying to do, I find that when we kind of like work at it, of course, but just allow, don't stress over it. And when you do stress, kind of leave it alone. Like, give it a couple days, give it a week, give it a month, skip a semester, change your jobs, like whatever it is that you're doing. Like, you can't let it consume you, because that is just what it's going to do. It's going to just completely consume you, totally. And it's just going to become overwhelming. Like, stress is always going to happen. You're always going to have other people run into your life with their drama and dirty feet. And, it's like, okay, find your way, this is what I got for you. This is what I can't give you all of it, because who's gonna take care of me, not you. You know? So it's like, I feel like this is the energy, and it's really, really important, because when we do go into 2025, you want to be in a state of gratitude, because you want to have had all these changes, create this abundance and love and joy and bliss in your life. So then when you are in 2025, even though the world is still at upheaval, and even though so much chaos and darkness is happening, you are in a state of fruition, and that is what is so important. So this is why I welcome you to Patreon, because we're going to be doing planning, manifesting with the new moon and the full moon. I already have the printables for the different energies. I have surprises for my supporting Patreons that are becoming on Wednesday. I will be live on Patreon Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Florida time. So I hope to see you all there. You do not have to pay to be part of that. That's completely free. And, just by becoming a member, you could become a free member and get a lot of supporting documents, printables, manifesting rituals for you, just to kind of like jumpstart what it is that you want to co-create out of your life. So I send you love and blessings, and I hope to see you all there. Namaste.